Always get something mixed up. Um, Hi everyone, it's Janice Wilson. I'm with Scrap Till You Snap. It looks like we are. It's lagging, so it will be a little behind. Um, I've been spent the last 5 to the left, not in the center of my board. So I'm not sure why. That's what I was trying to figure out because I I want to use most of my board not like in the center of my desk. My board. What happens when I have help with my camera sometimes. Um, I won't name any names, but he likes to look at himself in the camera. Card. It's from the Boardwalk Fun Bundle, and I'll show you what that one is if you don't recognize it. It's this bundle here, and I have the dies with it as well. I did a little bit with this a few weeks ago. I wanted to show you something really cute with it. So tonight, well, actually yesterday, I created a card, super cute, and it does use some of those newfangled toys that I got. Let me see where they're at right here. These little things right here. I know you probably can't see that because they're so tiny. These are little spinners that I found online, and I can put a link if anybody's interested in them. But they're little teeny tiny things. See how tiny? One side spins, which is really cool. That's what I used on those hearts that I did for that Valentine card, which I think fell off. The Valentine card here, where I had the little spinner. I know you probably can't see that, but that little thing spins around. It's a little gear. And so I wanted to show you this. This is something I've had since I first saw it in the catalog before I could even order it. I was super excited about this. I really want to do something with this roller coaster, but I haven't played with it yet. I've been doing a little extra sewing to get caught up. So I haven't done anything with that yet, but I want to show you something tonight with this Ferris wheel. So I've cut everything out, so it's not going to take me quite as long to do things, but it's still going to take a little bit of time. So I have everything cut. I'll give you the measurements in the update later after the live. And I'll try to give you measurements as I go, but I'll have them written out for you in the post. I still have that to work on. So for now, I can't tell if anybody's on yet. Live on. Geez, that's lagging like 5 minutes. That's crazy. I don't know why that's doing that on Facebook, but Facebook will get caught up. Okay, so here's the card that I want to show you tonight. I thought it was really cute, and it opens like this, and you can have your sentiment in here. I left it blank because I don't know what to put on it yet. Probably a happy birthday, but it might be something about celebrate or something like that. So now I'm going to show you the little spinner here because it's super cute. Can you see it spinning? I love it. So I've changed this a little bit. That's stuck to the card base. And then the blue part that spins, I still have these. What I'm going to do is change the size of this white piece, of this actual card here, because it glues on. It glues on the front of that fold. So this is a fun fold. I don't know what it's called exactly. It has the book binding. If you know what a book binding is, this part is glued shut. I'm going to make this piece smaller, these two pieces, the background and the mat smaller, not as wide, because I want you to be able to see more of the trees on the sides, because it covers those up. I mean, it still looks okay. And when it stands up, you know, when you sit your card on the desk, you should be able to see the trees just fine. But I'm going to make it smaller tonight. So I'm just going to let you know those are the changes. And I'll post these in the, when I do the update afterwards and show you all the details. All the, where I post pictures of the thing. If I could get my words right. Let's see. I got to take my sweater off. It's too warm in here. Okay, so let me change the camera. I might have to adjust my document camera a little bit so that we can get this all in, but, and where I want it, because I don't want you to see my messy desk. I want you to see the project, okay? And I want more than just my hands in the picture. I don't know. YouTube shows just my hands, so I've got to figure that out. But, okay, I'm going to change to the picture-in-picture so you can see me up here in the corner. And then I'll adjust this so you don't see me, you're seeing the card. Okay, so it looks like I have it pretty much centered. So you'll be able to see how I do this. So I just love that. I love the spinners. They're so much fun for me. Okay, so I don't know, can you see that? It stands up on its own. And then you can see the trees on both sides. So, all right. So this is what I'm going to do. I have my pieces cut. I'll even show you these. I have all these little, these are that iridescent, I think it's called Dreamy paper that we had from Close to My Heart, that I have, like, I love it, so I bought a bunch of it so I could have it for words and different things like that, and I just really haven't used it. But I thought it would be fun to have it on the spinner, and you can actually see it spinning better. So this is all the stuff I have for tonight's class, okay? You're going to start with a 4 1/4, because we only want it 4 1/4 tall to fit in the envelope. Now you have to decide, because we have the two-tone paper, you have to decide which color you want to be the main card base, right? So here, I chose the lighter color, but this card here behind this paper, this card here behind this paper, I put the darker side, okay? That's why you can see the difference here. You're not going to notice that. Nobody's going to care. I just want you to know that there will be a difference the way we put this together. Okay, so this piece is going to be what goes on that folded piece. And it is going to be 3 1/2 by 4. 4 1/4, sorry. 3 1/2 by 4 1/4, because it's going to cover the whole front piece of the card, right? It's going to go and cover that whole front piece. All right, so what we need to do now is score this, and then I need to do some ink blending and cut this piece, okay? I'm also going to have to cut that blue piece a little bit too, but for now, let's score this. Okay, make sure you can see me in the camera. Can't see all of it. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to score this at, let me get the cutter out of the way. I think it's 5 1/2. Yep. To make sure you're getting the folds correct, okay? Now this is just going to fold in half like this. I'm off camera, but all I did was fold it, and then I'll take my little tool here and press that fold good, okay? Now, on this one, on the top piece, I'm going to, I think it's 1 1/8, 1 1/4. I did 1 1/2 last night in the right. 1 1/4. It's right up there. I think that's the right place. I want this piece, this from that score line to the end, I want it split in half. So I just need to find out where that half mark is, that line. Okay, it is 4 and there's the quarter mark. Well, you can't see it on this one. 2 1/8. That should be center of that piece right there. Score that. Okay. So now we have, this is going to be glued down for the book binding. Let me get this in the right order. Okay. This piece is going to be glued down. So we're going to fold back here so we can glue that down. And then we're going to fold this one back as well, right? Okay. Because this piece is going to go right here, centered. Right in the middle. Well, let me get it over here where you can see the middle. Yep, it's going to go right in the middle, right there. Because this piece is the one that's going to open up like this. But it's only going to open to there because this is going to be glued down. Okay. Probably didn't get that clear, but here's the adhesive going on to close that piece so you can tell exactly what I'm saying here. I'm just going to fold that back on itself. I'll burnish it. You can use your bone folder or whatever you have to burnish it. There we go. There's that. So now what we have to do is we have to cut, actually what I'm going to do is do some ink blending, okay? I'm going to blend on this one. And I have some colors out here, but I think I'm changing my mind because so there's paper that matches this set, right? And I didn't get that paper. I didn't want that paper, but now I kind of want that paper. Isn't that the way it always works? It looks like my Facebook might be a little... Oh, hi! If you're on tonight, let me know who's there. I can see 2 people, but I can't tell who you are. Okay, so I was going to do sand and sky instead of the purples and pinks and yellows. There's just more to this blending than I wanted to do tonight. So, you know those little sticky tabs that go on the back to tell you what color it is? It caught on the paper that was underneath it. So look at that mess. I don't need it. I have it there. I have it on the inside of my ink pad. Right there. I don't need the other languages. We're good. So don't worry about that. I'm going to set these aside, and then I'm going to get crumb cake, maybe some old olive. Okay, I'm just going to do, this is going to be the sky, this is going to be the ground. Just threw more stuff on the floor. But that's okay. I can pick it up later. Off. That one doesn't go with that. That one goes with its own. Ouch. I gotta see. I just poked myself with my take your pick tool. I think might be here. Nope, that's yellow. It might be tan here in a minute, though. Rub all that extra ink off. Okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm just cleaning my brush by rubbing the ink off. That's all I'm doing. And then I try it in a new spot and see if there's still ink on it. Okay, that's better. So, I don't need purple. That one's the, it's clean. So that one. Where's my blue? I don't think that's blue. That might be desert sand, or the desert sand. Maybe that's what I'll do. This one's a clean one, I'm pretty sure. Oh, they're little. Does that one have anything on it? Oh, I have more brushes, but they're across the room. And I don't want to get a wet one, so let me see here. What do we have on that one? Oh, it's blue. This one's blue. It'll work. Okay, I have blue, brown, and green. We're good. Alrighty. So, let me grab a piece of paper here because I don't want to do it on this blue background. My cutting mat. Okay, so in the brown, you know, when you're at the fair or doing these rides, you always have dirt, right? It's very rarely a real grassy spot. So that's my idea for this. That's what I'm thinking, okay? So I'm gonna rub a little bit on the outside, and then I'm gonna go up on the edge of the cardstock. Okay? That's all I'm doing. But that's okay. I'm just doing this all in one piece so that when I cut it up, it matches across the picture, right? It'll have a it looks like when I go in afterwards, it looks like everything worked. I just don't know why it's not at the moment, you know, when I'm looking at it. Probably doesn't want me to know. Or trying not to distract me. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, so now I'm going to do the top edge because I want the sky in. I have some borders here. That you could use that as clouds. And I used to have a stencil that I cut, but I should have got this and got it ready. I'm not gonna take that time. But I'll just try to do it really light. So I'll try to leave some white in there so that it's, you know, you can see that I meant to have clouds. And not all clouds are perfectly shaped as a cloud, you know. They make... I don't know if you've looked at the sky lately, but some of those clouds are crazy. Okay, I'm just kind of lightly going over it. I don't want it super dark or anything like that. And I don't know. I think we're good on the blue too. Wow. Would you? Oh man. Now I'm all fuzzy. Would you look at that? Look at that. I got my thumb in the ink pad. Leave it to Janice. So there are dies. I know I have a bunch of dies, but there are dies that have grass, different types of grass clumps, and you could put those in here if you wanted. It just depends upon how much time you want to spend searching, and that's what I would be doing, is searching for those. All those different dies. Now, if I had nothing else to do but sit here and play all day, I would be searching for those dies because I love to make scenes and do all kinds of fun stuff like that. But I only have like an hour, hour and a half because I try to keep these fairly short. I know sometimes an hour seems like forever, especially if you're bored. Sorry if I bore you. I try not to. I try to bring you something very interesting. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to do. So I have my sky, which is really light. I might want to go back over that a little bit. In the sky. There, we'll just do some of this. Okay, there we go. Now you can actually see it on camera. Well, at least one of them. Okay, so I'm getting that out of the way. So now what I have to do is decide how much room I need here, which I think I did that at 1 1/4. Yes, I did it at 1 1/4 inches. So this, I want some blue showing. This is balmy blue. I want some balmy blue showing around the edges like I did the other. 1 inch. Let me get this back in the middle of the screen. I'm going to cut 1 inch off this end. Okay, that's going to go on the left-hand side. Then I'm going to cut, what was it? This one was 4 1/4. 4 1/4 is the height. Yes, 4 1/4 is the height. So this is 3 1/2 wide. So I need 3 1/4 wide. Okay. This is going to be the center of the card. 3 1/4. And then I'm going to do one more at 1 inch. Okay. And then I need a plain white piece. And see, this is what's left over. And I can do another card front with that. I could actually do this under there. Duh. That's what I was planning for with this. See? Sometimes my days get away from me. I get to thinking about... Some days there's more to life. Okay, so this could go on the inside of the card. You can still see your sentiment, but I think I'm going to do just a white piece in there. So, I need to know if that's big enough. It is a little too wide. What do I have here? I don't think either one of those. That one, no. So this one I have to trim down. So, this, let me see how big it is. It is that's 4 1/4. So 3 1/4. So I need 3. I think 3 inches. Yeah, because that was going to be a little bit short. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this at 3 inches. And that will be the inside of my card, okay? Then we'll have that all ready and we can put the Ferris wheel together, okay? Alrighty. Make sure I'm on the right mark. Alright, let me see if this works. 1 inch there. And then this one goes here. Ooh, it could have been down a little bit more. But that's okay. That's close. It's okay. It'll work. That'll work. Okay. I just want to make sure I have them in the right order. I want that on the left and this on the right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take these. I think I have all the cutting with the cutting, the big cutter. Now I have to take these, move this out of the way, and I have to stamp the image. I'm going to stamp the palm tree. Oh, you can see it. Good. Woo. I'm going to stamp the palm tree like I did the other one. Now you can use any tree you want. I just have it on my block already, is why I'm doing this one. But you could have pine trees. If you have any of the tree stamps, you could do those. Any of them. And I'm using an old ink pad because my other one's packed and I didn't get it out yet. So I've been going to crops and I have not unpacked my... There. And then I'll put this one the other way. I had that kind of leaning out. This one's going to lean in. And I don't know why this is rocking so much, but it is. I don't have anything under it, but it's rocking. Do anything there. Okay. All right. So these have to go here and here. This one's going to get adhered to that piece. I want it to stay, so I'm going to put lots of tape on it. Okay. Now, I want to bring this piece back in. And I'm going to... Now, you could have a backer. Guys, I ran out. I normally try to keep that from happening. Hold on a second. I do have another one. And it's ready to go. I just have to grab it. Woohoo! This one's full. Okay, so you could put a backing on this one if you wanted, but I'm not going to. I think it looks just fine putting it on here. I'm going to line it up and put it right where I can see all the way around it. That's that side. I'm going to move over to this one. And like I said, you could put a backing on this. You could do black or whatever color you wanted. You could even do a white one. White would look really good on it too. I'm just going to line this up like I did the other one. I may not give this one quite as much space because I could cut that little piece down. We'll see. When I get it glued, I'll put it in here and see what I think. I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Steve knows I hate that word. He's always telling me, it'll be fine. That's not what I want to hear. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it ugly? What is it? Don't tell me it's fine. It means it'll do. And I don't want it to just do. I want it to be great. You know, I would get dressed up to go out to dinner or something with him, and I'd say, do I look okay? You look fine. To me, fine is, well, at least you're dressed. You have clothes on. That's not what I want to hear. Especially if I've spent hours on my hair or something. I don't want to hear it's fine. No, I do not want to hear that. I don't know about you guys, but that's my my issue. There. I like that. So I'm just going to center this on that piece. And then I will adhere the rest of it. I'll put the Ferris wheel together, okay? But for now, we've got this ready to go. Okay, so I'm putting extra because that is a little bit heavier. And this is just on the center of that front piece, right? So I want to make sure it's adhered down good. Make sure there's no tape overhanging. Okay, I'm going to because it's 5.5 wide, and then I want this right in the middle of it. So right there. Good at the bottom. Okay, there we go. So now here's the card. Boop. And then we'll have the Ferris wheel on top. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to adhere this to the card. And I'm just going to put a little bit on these pieces to make sure that they stay and they don't come up. This, I hope you can see me. You cannot. Now you can. I'm going to put glue all the way around. Let me pick it up so I don't lose any of it. These don't really need it, but I'm going to put a little bit in there anyway. This is kind of a little intricate. Now, I do have, and I keep forgetting to use it every time, I have the sticky back paper that I can put on here that would keep this all, I would just have to peel off the back is all. I'll tell you what it is in a minute when I get this all glued up. Okay. So I'm going to put this right because I want to be able to put a saying right here. Either celebrate or something like that. So I'm going to put it right there. Can you see that? I don't have it where you can see it on both cameras. So I'm going to put that there. And this one's Couture Creations. I've only used it once, I think. Maybe. The other one, Amy's Magic, but it's an old one. I've had it for a long time. You can get all kinds of stuff off of online and probably Walmart if you shop there. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can get those adhesive back from Stampin' Up, and I think it's in my bag over there. And you just put your die on it. You put your paper right, and when you take it out, when you take the die cut out of the paper, you've got that backing you can just peel off and stick it right to your card. It's amazing stuff, but I always forget to use it. Okay, so now we're on to this piece. So this piece you need to cut. Not a lot of cut. So I'm just going to take it and cut it like there and right there. That's about it. I've lost it, but I was going to show you. Okay, so now I have to get those little pieces back over here. And let's see, let me put this thing down here because it's not usable. Okay, so now I have to get these pieces, and I have to use my glue again. And you can pick things up with it, right? You can pick it up. It's perfect for picking these up and putting it on your glue dot. Not glue dot, glue spot. I do use glue dots tonight too. All right, so I'm going to put a couple dots of glue. I'm actually going to make like an eye because it has the I don't know, are these called gondolas? Gondolas? I'm not sure what they are, but it has an umbrella and it has a little car that you sit in. I'm not going to do all of them because I don't want the glue to dry before I get done doing it. And I just lost another one. Put that one down. Now see, that one's a little crooked, so I might want to move that back a little bit. We'll see. All right. So this is the tedious part of this whole card. Okay. And it's really not that tedious. I mean, if you've done anything with cutting, this is nothing. I've done some pretty intricate fussy cuts, and those are not fun. If I want to get something done in a hurry, that is not the way to do it. And they would have been perfect. I would have just had to stick them on. So, my little glue pieces. I want to glue it to the thing. I think I can glue the rest of these. And they will be fine. Okay. Put the pin back in. Now, when I put that spinner part on it, oh, you know, I did forget to do something. I'll do that here in a second. There are stars in this kit that I put on the center here that I did not cut out. So, I might have to cut those out. Now, even if you weren't making this a spinny one, I would be cutting these out of a different colored paper. I've seen these done in so many different colors. Like they'll use 4 or 5 different colors on these, each one of these gondolas or carry buckets. They'll have like the rainbow colors on there, and I just didn't want to do that. You can if you want. It's just easier for me to have one color to deal with. And it's bright and shiny and catches your eye. So that's why I wanted it. Okay. So now got some extra glue right there. Rub that off before it dries. Now, if you do get glue on the outside, you can buff these up with a little washcloth. It won't hurt anything. Let me see. Did I accidentally leave? Maybe not. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about here. I'll show you. Right here. I did this with 2. I did the black, and then I did that shiny, the iridescent stuff on the center. So that's kind of what I was going to do today. But I think I'll just do one. And I have the iridescent stuff right here. So I'll do that real quick. I almost put my bottom board on top. Do that. Okay. So let me get... Hey. My little die is jumping around on my magnetic board. It doesn't want to stay where I put it. Tape it is. I don't want it in the middle of my paper, right? So I'm going to that little piece. And I may not have. It might be laying on my desk somewhere. Who knows? Okay. So see, here was another opportunity to use that sticky back, and I did not. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I am losing it. Perfect opportunity to show you how that stuff works. Let's see. Oh, hi Trina. Hi Gina. Let me see who else is on here. Oh, thanks Gina. Hi Katie. Oh, good. I'm glad it's working. I wore the it was frozen anyway. So, okay, so here I'm going to put a little more glue right in the center. Line it up kind of because I'm fussy like that. I like my my points to be on the posts, I guess you call them. So, okay, so that's good. Okay, now I have to have my glue dots. These are the tiny, it says minuscule glue dots. So, let me get my, I had an open package, but I don't think it's going to matter because I plan on using a lot of these. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. I also got some more toys. These are those little wobbles, the action wobbles, where you can put a critter on one of those and it springs and bounces around for you. So, oh, I don't want all of them out. I just want one. Okay, one little teeny tiny one little teeny tiny spinner. Okay. Okay, then I'm going to take this little tiny spinner, and I'm going to stick it down on the glue dot. Now, if you've never used glue dots, this might be a little tricky because they are so tiny. Blend in with the paper. They hang over the edge. And if you don't want it stuck somewhere you don't want it, then yes, don't do what I'm doing. So now I'm going to bring the card back. I'm going to press it down and hold it for just a couple of seconds, just to make sure that it's really got a good, and this might have been easier the first time around, because I'm going to roll it back over itself, and let's get smushed or something. I don't want it stuck to the, then this, I'm going to line up. I hope you guys can see this. I'm going to line these bars up right here, these real thick ones, with these lines here. And once I get it lined up with those little cars that you ride in, then I'm going to put it down. Okay? And that's going to center it. Now, because these little cars are on the bottom, and these little cars are on the inside of that bar, it is not going to be perfectly centered, right? It's going to wobble a little bit. But look. There we go. It must have got some stickiness somewhere that was stuck. There we go. All right. There's your card. How cute is that? I love this. And yes, I had most of it done before I went live today, but it's been less than an hour to put it all together. So I did have it all cut. I just needed to add, I needed to do the blending, the ink blending, and the cutting. Well, not the cutting of this piece here that has these on it, and then the scoring. So this is called a book binding, where you glued down that edge. It's called a book binding. So I did the book binding first, and then I folded this back, and then of course that folds back so you can open the card to see in here. Okay. You could use them as a, you can use these on your scrapbook pages too, and just do them, glue. I might try that to show you how to do it. Scrapbook page that you could, do with when you I used to take my grandkids to Oaks Park all the time. And I've got lots of pictures of them at Oaks Park. So we could do, some Oaks Park pages because they have the Ferris wheel, they have the roller coaster. They don't have palm trees, but they do have those. And this even has the cars that go on the roller coaster. I love this little. You have to have tickets for the rides. Let me see. Is there any sayings for the tickets? I don't. It just says enjoy the ride. Hey sunshine, celebrate, happy birthday. So it's an arrow, but all these little. It would have like holes in the arrow, and what you could do with that is use these little pieces that pop out. You could put them in a shaker card. All of these dies that have these little pieces, little shapes, these could go in a shaker card. This is the little gonzas. The little cars right here for the roller coaster ride. Those you could cut out and cut in between them, and they would go in a shaker. So you could do a really cute, fun little card, a shaker card, with this set too. So never underestimate your dies. Combine them with other things. Once you buy them, they're yours. You can use your imagination to do anything you want with these. The little stars, there's 3 layered stars. And see, I only used 2 on this card, but I only used 1 on this card. See that? Can you see the difference there? It really didn't. It shows, it pops up that the spinner there. The little star in the center. It kind of shows it off more than this one, but this one still looks fine. It's not that big a deal. And I used the black in the background, the back piece, because the Ferris wheel has those two. The seats hang between those two braces, right? And so you see the back piece. Of course, it spins with the front piece on the real ones, but you need that shadow in the background, right? That was my thought anyway. So tell me what you think in the comments. I'll post these live tonight, and maybe I'll try to do a little video that shows that they spin and how they spin. But look, when you open them up, usually just the movement of pulling them out of the envelope will. I'll put it in there and I'll show you how it works when it comes out. Okay, so we noticed this when I gave Steve his card. He pulled it out. It doesn't spin as much, but you can see that it spins. Even Arlo could see that Grumpy's card spun, and that heart card. He saw that it spun, and so he wanted to spin it too. And of course I let him. He didn't damage it or anything. It was so cute. You can just see the gears in that little guy's head working. He's like, whoa, that's cool. So, okay, I am going to hop off of here because I did my card tonight. I'll try to do some more. I got some sewing to do for the hospital, so I'm going to try to get some of that done this weekend. But I'll try to get some more stuff done and show you. Maybe if I remember, maybe I'll put this roll of sticky back stuff up here in my face. Stick those intricate pieces down easier is the way to go. I really don't like having to use the glue. This comes out way too fast for me. I don't like, if you don't shake it down first to make sure it's in the tip and gently squeeze, you will get a big glob. And this is still, and sometimes the adhesive dots just aren't, the foam, what are they called? Dimensionals. The dimensionals we have are a little bit big for some of this stuff, like adding to the spinners and stuff. So anyway, tell me what you think in the comments. Let me know if you think we should explore something else with the spinners. I do have the wobblers, and I also have some gliding pieces I think I've showed some of this before where this is like the penny slider card. You know, we used to put pennies on a foam dot and put it in a slot so that the penny gave it weight to slide back and forth. These work really good. I have not actually physically used one of these yet that I can remember, but I'll make some cards. Maybe I'll do one of these next time, or a couple. We'll see. See how much time I have. Next week, let me change the camera here. Thursday is the 26th of February. So, good night. Love you guys. See you